Welcome back. This is our game 2 of pools for the Sword and Shield VDC. James is here. She's comfy. Would you like to say hi this time, James? No, that's okay. Our opponent this time is ElysianSoul. They're on the right. They've got Garchomp, another Celesteela, Keldeo, Crobat, Uxie, Vileplume, Incineroar, and Stunfisk. Okay, this is our team. We're starting with Tornadus. We have Heat Wave again for Celesteela. And we've got Icy Wind for Garchomp and Crobat. We've also got Taunt for mainly for Uxie, I think. But we could also taunt Garchomp, I suppose. So it doesn't get a Brox. Got another Scarfettini. Very similar to last week. Our last game, we got V-Create, Bolt Strike, Final Gambit, and then we have Glaciate this time. Just an ice move to hit Garchomp. We've got Blastoise. I think this is the same moves as last game, but we are physically defensive. Take a hit from Garchomp, I believe. And Incineroar. Yeah, we have Rapid Spin here on Blastoise. We've got Tangrowth, Physical Defense to take on Garchomp. We have also to take on Keldeo, because we resist water, and a signature fighting move that I can't remember the name of. Sacred Sword, maybe? Either Sacred or Secret Sword. But it hits defense, even though it's a special move. So we have max physical defense to take that on. We've got Giga Drain, Leech Seed, Toxic, and Knockoff. And we have an eject button for our item. So we can take a hit and then switch out. And since we have Regenerator, we will be healing when we switch out. We're bringing Cinccino. We want to attack Garchomp with this. We have protective pads, so we don't get hurt by Rough Skin or Rocky Helmet. And we've got Triple Axle for Garchomp, and Tail Slap for everything else that isn't Celesteela. Last we have Rotom. This is to help against Crobat, but also Thunderbolt plus Overheat is pretty good into his team. It hits everything but Garchomp pretty well, and with Nasty Plot, even Garchomp doesn't want to take a boosted Overheat. And this is our team. Alright, here's our game against ElysianSoul. They didn't bring Vileplume or Incineroar. So we are going to lead with Cinccino. And we are going to start with Triple Axle, because the only Pokemon that resists that on his team is Keldeo. And we are faster, so we would be able to hit it with Tail Slap. Blastoise in versus Celesteela. Again, similar to last game. And we do bring in Tornadus on Uxie. He knocks off her Heavy Duty Boots. We taunt, make sure he doesn't get up Stealth Rock. And we bring in Rotom. We set up a nasty plot. And we set up substitute as Yuxi U-turns out. I do go for a Thunderbolt here, as he flip turns out into Garchomp. I couldn't think of any move that Keldeo would want to go for when it was in versus Rotom. I just completely forgot about flip turn. I probably should have clicked Overheat there. So I at least would have gotten some damage on Garchomp. But we do switch out into Tangrowth. I think we find out Garchomp is banded here. Because it did so much to Tangrowth. But he does activate our eject button. We get to switch out into Cinccino. And we get to go for Triple Axle again. Well, we threatened Triple Axle, I suppose. We're able to knock off on Celesteela coming in. We knock off its Rocky Helmet, switch out into Blastoise again. His Toxic hits this time. And he protects on our flip turn. Maybe I should have flip turned this turn. I think I just didn't want anything else to get toxic. But we bring in Tornadus, as Yuxi sets up a Future Sight. We taunt. Yeah, I thought its last move was probably Stealth Rock, so I didn't want Stealth Rocks going up now that Tornadus's boots are knocked off. And Rotom's taking a lot of damage from Crobat. And he switches out into Stunfisk. So we switch out into Tangrowth. And turns out Stunfisk has Stealth Rock, not Yuxi. So they do end up going up. Go back to Blastoise to try to rapid spin away the rocks. And Yuxi gets another Future Sight up, but we do manage to spin away the rocks as he knocks off our leftovers. Go back into Tornadus as he brings in Crobat. We go back into Rotom, and he knocks us out with a Brave Bird. You're able to bring in Victini. We go for V-Create, we take out Yuxi. And in comes Stunfisk. We do end up getting paralyzed by Stunfisk. I think I forgot, or it just like slipped my mind that he had Static, which can paralyze you on a contact move. So I probably should not have gone for the V-Create there, because now I don't need anything to watch for the Crobat. But Tangrowth is able to take this hit from Garchomp. We get a knockoff. We knock off Crobat's boots, but we don't have Stealth Rock, so that doesn't really matter. Tornadus is in. We're able to Icy Wind. But Stunfisk is just enough health to survive another one, so we switch out. We do get paralyzed as we try to go for a V-Create, so Victini faints. Bring in Blastoise to rapid spin away the rocks so Tornadus can switch in, but he's able to just get them right back up. And with Outrage, Garchomp knocks out Blastoise. We go to Cinccino, and we miss a Triple Axle, so Garchomp's able to knock us out too. All we have left is Tornadus. We do hit this Icy Wind, and then Heat Wave's able to knock out Celesteela, and in comes Crobat. I think Brave Bird was doing about 60% to us, so he goes for a U-turn to make sure we're in range next time Crobat comes in. And we can't do too much to the Stunfisk as it toxics us, so we're sitting here hoping to get a confusion with Hurricane. And he switches out to Keldeo as Tornadus goes down to poison damage. So we do lose our second game of pools, but we've got one more game coming up. Here's our third game of pools. My opponent is Monkey. He's got the team on the right. He has Landorus, Latios, Aegislash, Scrafty, Cinderace, Tentacruel, Rotom, and Comfey. So Aegislash is an interesting Pokemon because it has a unique ability. I think it's called Stance Change, where depending on what move he's using, he'll change between Sword form or Shield form, and that'll change his stats. If he's in Sword form, his attacking stats are, I think, 150 each, and his defense and special defense go to 50. And then if he uses the move King Shield, he switches into Shield form. And then his defensive stats are 150, and his attacking stats are 50. And since he's pretty slow at 60 base speed, that means he can use King Shield after he attacks each turn. So he'll be in the Shield form while he takes an attack, then he'll attack in the Sword form. So he gets to benefit from the high defense and then switch forms attack with his high attacking stats, and then protect next turn. Alright, so my team, we're starting with Tornadus. We've got Defog here, because we want to make sure Victini doesn't take rocks damage. We've got Hurricane, Knockoff, and U-turn. We have Scarf Victini again. We've got V-Create, Bull Strike again. We have Final Gambit, and U-turn. I don't know what I set these hit points to. There's probably someone specific that I wanted these health points with for Final Gambit. Oh no, his team has very low hit points, so that's probably for Landorus, his highest hit point Pokemon. So Final Gambit will always knock out anyone on his team. We've got Crocodile with an Assault Vest. This is to take special hits from Aegislash. If it goes special, I can take a Resist Shadow Ball, and I'll take a Flash Cannon pretty well. We've got Scale Shot to hit Latios and then outspeed. I think we have enough speed to outspeed Latios at +1. We have enough speed to outspeed Cinderace at +1 even. Then we've got Close Combat, Earthquake, and Knockoff. Next is Blastoise. We have Shell Smash this week instead of Rapid Spin. We have Surf to hit most of his team. We have Dark Pulse to hit Latios and also Aegislash. And then we've got Earthquake. Even though we're mostly special, we have Earthquake to hit Tentacruel. I can't remember if +2 Earthquake knocks out Tentacruel. but it does at least half. So we've got Earthquake just for Tentacruel. Next is Cobalion. We've got Taunt to stop setup or to try to stop rocks from going up. We've got Toxic, Volt Switch, and Iron Head. We've got a lot of special defense for... who is it for? Tentacruel and Latios. Mostly Latios. Last is Tangrowth, a physically defensive set again with Rocky Helmet. We've got Knockoff, Earthquake for Tentacruel again, but also for H-Slash. And we have Leaf Storm and Toxic. And this is our team. Alright, here's our third game of pools. My opponent didn't bring Comfey or Rodon. So we're leading off with Victini. We switch out in case it's Scarf Cinderace, we don't want to get hit by U-turn. We're able to knock off Tentacruel's item and go for a Defog. He goes for more Toxic Spikes, we're able to defog them away again. Toxic Spikes does have more PP than defog, so I guess if he wanted he could just keep clicking Toxic Spikes. I would run out of defog before I could get rid of them all. But he does switch into Aegislash. There's King Shield, his signature move. It's basically Protect. But if an opponent hits you while you're King Shield, their attack is lowered. We don't really care for Tornadus, because our main attacking move is Hurricane. So we just U-turn again, and we switch into Tangrowth, expecting a physical set, but we see that he is a special set. So we take a lot of damage from Shadow Ball. And we switch into Crocodile, Assault Vest Crocodile, and we take a Flash Cannon reasonably well. We try to knock off King Shield, so doesn't work, but we knock off again. And do a little damage to Landorus, get rid of its Citrus Berry. Get some chip with Rocky Helmet, and we are able to switch out, get some Regenerator health, as Latios comes in and hits Calm Mind. We do have Toxic, but Latios switches out, but we do hit Landorus with the Toxic. We try to Toxic again, but Tentacruel comes in, so he just absorbs it. We're able to defog away the Stealth Rocks as Aegislash comes in again, and we're able to knock off its leftovers, which is good. So it won't be able to heal every time it protects. Switch out into Crocodile. Take another Flash Cannon. I think we go for Earthquake here, yeah. He doesn't have an item, so knockoff is weaker. And our special defense is lowered, so I don't really want to take another hit in case knockoff doesn't knock out Aegislash. We go to Cobalion this time. Takes Flash Cannon reasonably well. And he keeps protecting with King Shield as we try to switch out with Volt Switch. Get a little damage with Iron Head. He blocks another Volt Switch. But we are healing with leftovers. We taunt him, so he can't use King Shield again. Another special defense drop. But I think we just Volt Switch out here, yeah. And we get Crocodile in. So he goes for Calm Mind, but we do have Knockoff. And it's a Roost. We go for a Scale Shot. We get 4 hits here. So that does a lot to Latios. He's going to switch out. He doesn't want to faint too. Even Knockoff would probably knock him out. But back to Landorus. So we go back to Tornadus. And here's Aegislash again. Getting a little damage on it. Since Leftovers is gone, we are chipping him down. Back to Crocodile. Take one more Flash Cannon. And back to Tangrowth here. Misses a Toxic, and we are able to take out Landorus. Goes for more Toxic Spikes as we go for an Earthquake. I think I probably should have went to Tornadus here and taken the chance to defog away the hazards. But we do knock out Tentacruel at least, and in comes Scrafty. I try to Toxic it here, and it starts to use Dragon Dance. We're able to knock off its Koba Berry, which is the flying resist berry, I believe. We go to Cobalion and try to taunt it, but he's able to taunt us. I think I forgot that he was at +2 speed. So he is faster than us, even though Scrafty's pretty slow. So he goes for another Dragon Dance. He is +3 attack, so he's able to knock us out with the knockoff. We get Intimidate, it lowers his attack a little. And we're into Tangrowth. And we're not able to Toxic him, so we just go for Leaf Storm, which does over half his health, which is pretty good. But Cobalion's in, and with Drain Punch, he is out of Leaf Storm range. Plus he uses Drain Punch again, he gets some more health back. We are wearing him down, but Leaf Storm's doing less each time because of the special attack drop. In comes Blastoise. We go for a Shell Smash here. I just assumed that Blastoise at +2 would be faster than Scrafty. But it turns out I was wrong. Scrafty is still faster. And I believe he's faster than, yeah, Scarfectini too. So we do end up losing our third game of pools. So we end up at 1 and 2. So we will not be making it to brackets. So this is it for our Sword and Shield VDC. The good news is there is another league for VDC for Black and White, and we will be taking part in that. So you can look forward to another shorter league coming up. So that's it for Sword and Shield. So thanks for watching.